Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is the 2020 NFL Pro Bowl on EA Sports. Coming up, the AFC, riding a 3-game winning streak, gets set to take on a hungrier group of rivals from the NFC. I'll check you again at halftime. But for the call of the Pro Bowl, let's hand it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Straight ahead, it's the 47th meeting of the AFC and the NFC as they battle in the 2020 NFL Pro Bowl game. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, it's the Pro Bowl. You never really know what to expect, so I guess I'll ask you, what do you expect?
Well, in recent years, it has turned into an absolute offensive explosion, hasn't it? Games in the 50s are not out of line. What you're hoping is that some of these great defenders have a chance to adjust and react and maybe narrow that down a little bit. But I will say, this game is tilted heavily towards the offense's advantage.
The stage is set for Pro Bowl 2020. The ball is in the air, and off we go from Orlando. This will be fielded at the 8. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
So here comes the AFC for their opening drive. They're led out by their 6-foot quarterback. You may have heard of him. From Purdue, it's Drew Brees.
I know he's not showing it on the outside, but inside, he's got to be celebrating because think about all the quarterbacking we saw in the AFC this year. 5 or 6 guys could have earned this honor. He got the nod, a real feather in his cap.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Time for a check of the starting offensive unit here for the AFC.
And since it's a Pro Bowl roster, you can have 11 guys from 11 different teams trying to get on the same page. You know that's no easy feat. So line communication calls, that's big. Audibles, hand signals, you want to make sure everyone is connected so no one gets hurt.
They get this to Beckham on the perimeter. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down. A look at the starters defensively now for the NFC.
And as expected, there's speed and talent everywhere you look on this Pro Bowl roster. Let's keep an eye on the secondary because they're going to be tested in a big way. It's the Pro Bowl. Not many running plays. The ball will be in the air on almost every snap. Fortunately for them, roster full of cornerbacks who are used to playing on an island.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the NFC will take over 1st and 10. They'll run here with the Saints' Alvin Kamara. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. Here's the offense, and sometimes you got to show love to the big guys.
That you do. And we're talking about Jason Kelsey now, not Travis, his brother, who plays tight end. Jason lines up at center, a threat to go to the Pro Bowl each and every year.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Now Kamara takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards. The starting defense now for the AFC.
Eric Reid is a safety that you can use all over on defense, both in the box as a tackler and back deep as a cover man.
Face it. 53. We go. 28. 72.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And it would appear he's going to be short of a first down as he stopped right around the 29. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. Great first drive defensively. 3rd and short, able to stuff the run.
And what it does is it gives not just confidence to your defensive players, it gives an overall feeling of, okay, we've established things here early. We can carry this throughout the game.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the AFC will take over 1st and 10. The AFC offense making their way back out.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Breeze. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll make this a 2nd down. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. This one out quickly to Westbrook. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Breeze going to try and throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for the AFC. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The offense for the NFC back out there, and they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and
and
have
out.
that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here.
Boy, you go 3 and out on your first drive, and that's not the way you want to start this drive either. Doesn't seem like they're really into it just yet.
No, first 4 plays, you don't want to call it a disaster, but not looking very sharp. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. On the counter, here's Kamara. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. 3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves them still needing 11 here on 3rd down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on. But the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
Back out is the AFC offense. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. A give right side now to Hunt. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
95-56.
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And Hunt is not going to get there. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for the AFC. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The NFC offense heading back onto the field. This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
Here's Brady to throw. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Brady. It's complete to Golden Tate. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Kamara. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That was shades of Tennessee volunteer football back in the 80s with Charles Davis coming up from the secondary to make the tackle for a loss.
You mean my teammates doing that, right? Because they would tell you, my coach would say, where's that tape? I want to see that. But how about the complete package there? Not just playing the pass, but being a willing tackler and making a really nice play.
To throw is Brady. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And that's going to move the sticks again here as the tackle's made at the AFC's 40.
I've got to make sure that I don't take Tom Brady's greatness for granted, that we make it routine. How about that throw right there? Yeah. Another great completion.
And you know one area where he honed his throwing? He was a catcher in high school. He was actually drafted by the Expos in 1995 in the 18th round.
Wow, that would have been something to see him behind the dish.
Think he gunned down a few guys?
Gunned down a few guys trying to steal second. That would have been fun to watch.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. To throw, it's Brady. It's complete. Stills. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. This will be their first trip to the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. On the ground, Kamara. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Shotgun now for Brady. And that's going to be caught. Touchdown NFC. Kenny Stills there to make the grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. So the NFC with our first touchdown of the game, and of course we'll probably see some offense in this one. I don't know though that we'll see what we saw in 2013 when the NFC posted 62 points.
You talk about pyrotechnics. That was crazy even for a Pro Bowl. 62 points. I think you wore out your voice in that one talking about all the touchdowns that were scored.
I would love to see 63 or more, though, I got to tell you. All about offense in this thing.
Pro Bowl offense. Let's go.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The AFC offense set to take their next drive. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet, trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st down, they go right back to Hunt. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. The AFC thus far on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 2. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee. And that means 4th down. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
And what they're challenging here is the spot of the ball, and this is probably the hardest challenge to win.
So difficult because the speed of the game, the angles of the cameras, your angle from the sideline watching the play can often fool you into thinking that the ball should be placed in a different spot. The head coach relied on his eagle eye in the sky to make the right call and was told to challenge it, and it looks like it's paid off.
And from a coach's standpoint, when you throw that flag, it's probably a pretty tense moment. Here it pays off.
Yeah, you have that little bit of indecision. You throw it where you feel like you're right, and then you think, uh-oh, did I get it right? In this case, they can celebrate.
Ready? You ready? Check 52 is the mark. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other. Now Breeze on 3rd down. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. It's caught by OBJ. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. On 2nd down now. It's Hunt, and he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And they've got another 1st and 10 as the penalty keeps this drive moving. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, it's Hunt. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. The AFC thus far on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And that is caught for an AFC touchdown. Odell Beckham there to make the grab as they are now on the board here in the first half. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it ends with an AFC touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's the NFC offense set to take over again. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now, defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on off.
Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down. Calais Campbell, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's Brady. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that work. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The AFC offensive unit getting set to take over. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
The drive starts with a completion left side, and he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver. And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Breeze now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. From midfield, here's Breeze. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. This is Hunt. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. From the gun on 3rd down, Breeze. He finds his target, Beckham. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a 1st down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did. He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Ready, 95-56.
It's caught, Beckham. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Third and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
You think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the 1st down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking 1st down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a 1st down.
And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The offense for the NFC back out there. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Brian Poole that time there to get a hand on it. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Brady. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. 3rd down here. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. Now the AFC going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The AFC offense making their way back out. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score.
Complete to his running back right side. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
And now they face a 2nd and 6 after the penalty. To throw is Breeze. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Brian Bonnie Calhoun. And this will be a touchdown.
I have to believe that in a Pro Bowl situation, you know, we talk about these defensive backs during the season, that they're educated gamblers. They take the education out of it. They just go for the football here. Hey, try and make a big play, and if you get one, you really look terrific in this game.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The offense for the AFC set to go now. And from this spot in the field to the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we are at halftime of the 2020 Pro Bowl with the NFC on top. As we'll send you across town to our studios here in Orlando and check in with the coach at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. In the game you're watching, it's who else? Tom Brady with a strong first half. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The NFC offense heads out to begin this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. And Brady's throw there, incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
12 yards there and a first down. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Grady Jarrett with the tackle. Throwing on second down. Brady. He completes it to Tate. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer. Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Back to the ground, it's Kamara. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4. Again, it's Kamara. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead him to 4th down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And this one is right down the middle. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7.
Well, no surprise there. Extremely reliable during the regular season. Bailed his team out time and again. Knocks another one through, this time in the Pro Bowl.
Fairbairn now, following the made field goal, he'll send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The AFC offense now heading out for their first drive of the second half. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10.
Ready. Yellow lady, yellow lady. 2. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. To throw again on second down. Breeze. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kenny Clark busting through to get him for a loss of 6. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Breeze. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. A very solid gain of 27.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he's taken down inside the 30. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They'll run it here with Hunt. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Breeze. And he completes it to Westbrook. And this will move the sticks yet again as the tackle's going to be made at the NFC 16. Into the red zone, it's Breeze. The open man is Westbrook. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. To throw, it's Breeze.
Well, they obviously red man covers their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him think.
By that,
yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield, then he curls back.
And he is into the end zone for an AFC touchdown. Drew Brees, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. And maybe the defense caught a little by surprise there that he took off and got in?
Yeah, I would think so, because if you're analyzing it from that side of the ball, you're thinking running back, fullback. It takes you a while before you get to the quarterback.
Roses now to add the PAT. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent, just the 1 touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader, making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this 3rd and 4th quarter. Are you touched? He's patting his heart, boys and girls. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Geno Atkins gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle, and frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fake.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, it's Brady. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here's J.K. Scott now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. It's taken to the 26. 12 yards on the return that time. And that will come the offense as they take over. Drew Brees getting ready to go again on offense. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the 1st quarter, good 2nd quarter, and now continuing that here in the 3rd.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor. They run with Hunt. And some room to roam now. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. From the 41, Brees, he almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete. From the gun, it's Brees. It's complete to Lockett. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Now Aldrick Rosas for the field goal attempt. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the 2nd miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
The NFC offense heading back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with a game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Eddie Jackson with a tackle. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And he'll get across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The numbers for the NFC on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. To throw is Brady. And Tate's got it. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Brady now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Toss play, Kamara. Oh, spinning away. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A good gain of 12 yards that time.
We got this.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing. Slow them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Brady over the middle, and it's incomplete. The numbers for the NFC on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. They convert on third with a gain of 22.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough. Now
they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Brady, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Running with Kamara. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Brady. Toward the pylon, caught. And he is out of bounds here. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run it with Kamara, and he will carry this one in. Touchdown, NFC. Alvin Kamara taking it in. And the NFC able to widen their advantage. And nothing special there. They show they were going to run the football. They ran it. They got it in.
Like old-time football, right? Hey, this is exactly what we're going to do. Straight-ahead power, and they got it done.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Back out is the AFC offense. And it's great to see the stars all out in one place, but in terms of football, what's really great to see is a very entertaining Pro Bowl as we are tied in the 4th quarter.
And how many of these guys thought going into this game, after a pretty easy week heading into it, that the pressure would ratchet up now and someone has to make a play? Which means someone will have a play made against them, and they'll have to live with that for the rest of the year.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Breeze now. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. The AFC thus far on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 9. This is Hunt on the draw play, and he's going to be brought down short of the 1st at about the 31-yard line. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll go for it. It's Breeze. And able to haul it in is Kittle. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. So they have the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Here's Breeze. It's caught by OBJ. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. Now Breeze again. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Thought they were going to force a fourth down. Instead, P.I. gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you?
Rush coming, and he's taken down. That was Jordan Poyer, the safety, in for the sack.
Well, surprise, surprise. First and goal at the 1. No quarterback sneak. No running play. They decide to throw for it, but the pressure got to them quickly and put the quarterback down.
It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Now Breeze on the bootleg. And he's going to go down again. J.J. Watt in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs. Now leads to a third and long.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And this one, a 41-yard attempt. And Rosas puts this one through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Here's the NFC offense set to take over again. And one thing you'd like to see in a Pro Bowl, a competitive contest. We've got that just like the last 2 seasons, a one-score game as we play here in the 4th.
What I'd love to know, what's the discussion on the sidelines of both teams right now? Because, you know, it's an exhibition-type game, but as you said, as competitive as it is now, these guys are going to want to win. There may be some guys who sub some guys out, trying to get back on the field and try and help their team win down the stretch.
From the 29, Brady. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Brian Poole. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Drew Brees getting ready to go again on offense. So the situation very simple here. Late game, down 7. They've got to get it in the end zone.
And the best players know how to be calm in these situations because you know right now his pulse is like a jackhammer. So how does he rein it in, make sure the team has a little bit of calm, coupled with that sense of urgency, got walk that line a little bit, but get it downfield in order to score, and then put the pressure on the guy who kicks the ball because he could tie the game.
It's been a fun game. It all comes down to this. A first down there on a pickup of 25. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Throwing now is Breeze. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Again, it's Breeze. And this is incomplete. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Breeze to throw again. It's caught. Beckham. Showed off the footwork, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the AFC with the football as we welcome you back. They face a critical 3rd and goal now in a one-score game. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Figuring they're going for it on 4th down. Remember, though, they do have all 3 timeouts, so even if they don't get it, all is not lost.
Yeah, normally in this situation, when you're talking about having to go for it, everything is in this play. But as you noted, with those 3 timeouts, they actually have a little bit of a safety net.
Breeze going to go on 4th down. And that is caught for an AFC touchdown. Odell Beckham with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. The extra point, a vital one, and he gets it to go. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with an AFC touchdown. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here comes Tom Brady and the Patriot offense back onto the field. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow you can make this a positive, though. You know why? Game tied now. So you're not protecting a lead. So you're not playing that way. You've got to go get the lead again. So maybe it loosens him up a little bit and allows him to go ahead and be a little more free in his play.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. On 2nd and 9, Brady looking middle, and it's incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Back to throw, Brady. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Here's J.K. Scott now. He's been terrific so far. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Odell Beckham now marching back onto the field.
Well, partner, we can forget all about the first half because this big guy he's in gear here in the second half.
These numbers pretty much tell the story, don't they?
They do, because it's such an abrupt shift, isn't it? First half, things were really held down. Now, any opportunity that's come his way, he's taking full advantage of it.
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Breeze, one of the best ever in these situations as he's trying to get his guys set. From the 29, Breeze. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Automatic first down.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Breeze to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Now the AFC going to take a timeout. It's their second as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. Back to throw, Breeze. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 7 yards there and a first down. To throw is Breeze. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. And running with power here. And he's going to bring this one back for an NFC touchdown. In a tie game, fourth quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
And with the lead, no chance of a return spoiling this one here on the PAT. It is up and through, and there is your final margin of victory. Is on the final play, they win it by a touchdown. So, Charles, a victory for the NFC. Final thoughts on this Pro Bowl?
We had some fun, didn't we?
Absolutely.
A lot of excitement, some big plays to watch, a lot of those great matchups that we don't get to see during the regular season because sometimes teams don't play against each other. And, oh, by the way, no one got hurt. There's the win for everyone. I think the fans enjoyed this one.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter @EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.